Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Parent Teens Club. We are here today with Leanne Lewis, and I am so excited to welcome Leanne from Hope. Hope is an organization in the GTA that provides support to parents of teens. Isn't that wonderful? Hi, Leanne.
Hello, Jennifer. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. I wanted to tell you a little bit about Leanne, and I know I'm not going to do it justice, but Leanne is the president-elect of Hope. Now, Hope stands for Helping Other Parents Everywhere. Leanne has decades of experience volunteering with organizations that work and focus on at-risk youth and their families. It includes organizations, if you're familiar with Operation Springboard, and Peace Builders. I just think that's amazing, the amount of giving and volunteer work that you do, Leanne. I'm just honored to have you here. Now, Leanne also served as the board chair of the Canadian Centre on Substance Use and Addiction. So she's going to have some great input for us. And then recently, I know, Leanne, that you served on the Psychology Foundation of Canada board. So you're just, I know, a plethora of knowledge. What I really wanted to focus on today, Leanne, was just letting parents know why they would connect with Hope. So I'm going to turn it over to you to tell us about what you do in your organization.
Okay. Well, again, thank you for the very nice introduction and the invitation to talk about Hope. I'm very enthused to talk about Hope. I'm really passionate about Hope, what Hope offers. I've benefited from it myself. But Hope, as you said, stands for Helping Other Parents Everywhere. Although we are here for parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, grandparents, whatever influencers are in the life of a teen or adult, a young adult, or even an older adult child. And basically, it's for that group of people who are troubled by the behaviors of that young person. And we're talking, in the case of Hope, as a support group, about issues that are more than kind of the average concerns that parents might have, but it's folks who are troubled by a young person's mental health issues, possibly addiction, and whether that is substance use or technology, truant at school, dropping out at school, possibly extremely withdrawn, or the other way, possibly very disruptive, maybe abusive, in trouble with the law. Anything where a parent is feeling troubled and doesn't know where to turn, Hope would be a great resource for them.
Wonderful. Now you have 4 groups, is that right?
We do. There's sorry, Jennifer. There's 4 groups in the Toronto area, 1 in Oshawa, Ajax Pickering, downtown Toronto at College and Bathurst area, and North York at Yonge and Finch. We are growing, so we will be opening new groups over time. And basically what it is, it's a weekly support group meeting in each of those locations. So parents would go to a meeting. The meetings are 2 hours in the evening, once per week. And for anyone who chooses to join, they would get a phone list. And so in between meetings, the parent would can phone another group member for support if they're really struggling with something during the week. As well, we have written material and resources that we share, curated community resources and recommendations and referrals, and also periodic workshops, and we have our annual conference. And depending on when this is aired, our annual conference is coming up on May the 4th. So there you can sign up for that on Eventbrite.
Wonderful.
So that's just a flavor of how what Hope has to offer.
And how important is that? You know, when we go through these times with our teens, and if we're just not sure if it's normal or not, but we're feeling really alone, I just can see so much value in having a group to be able to lean on. And I love that even though it's a weekly meeting, that you have a phone list of people that you can connect with through the week. When you
Yeah.
maybe just want to talk something out, you need a little bit of encouragement, understanding. I think that is fabulous. So tell me,
Yes.
Leanne, what is the process if someone wanted to join a group? How would they go about doing that? Would they call you? Um, can they sign up on a website? Tell us what the process is.
Yeah, you hit on both of the routes. Probably the best thing would be to go to Hope's website, which is www.hopeforparents.ca. That's Hope, the number 4, parents.ca, and on there, there's a contact us little tab, which will give you the option to either email or to phone. It's all confidential, and the very friendly volunteer who will either respond to your email or respond to your phone call will share information about the meeting location and answer any questions that you have. I would encourage anybody that wanted to give Hope a try to feel very comfortable, making that first call or email, which can be very difficult to do, and then trying a meeting. And the meetings, the first meeting is an orientation. So the person can come, they can see what brought other people to Hope. They can test out, where they're at in life and see if Hope is for them, have any questions that they might have answered, and just see how Hope works to see if Hope is something that would be of value to them. There's never any pressure or obligation to join. So if someone comes to the meeting, it's not like they're going to get hounded after. It really is, we come, we share with them what Hope's all about, and then it's up to them if they would like to join, um, and we leave it up to them. So it's a no pressure, kind of no downside uh, thing to take that step. I can speak for myself. I have some lived experience here, although my child that took me to Hope is doing really well now, but I was in a very stressful situation at the time. I found it hard to take that step, partly because, as you highlighted, it can be very isolating. It can be very lonely and very stigmatizing, because especially in these social media times and Facebook, you kind of look out and all your friends seem to be having this perfect life, and then you're dealing with something really difficult. It can make you doubt yourself as a parent. But what you quickly learn when you walk in the door at Hope is you see this diverse group of people from all walks of life, and you see you're not alone, and you also see that things can change for the better. So it's it can be a difficult step, but also a very comforting step once you take it.
I can see great value in that, just knowing that everyone's at a different stage as well, and there's probably always someone just ahead of you that can say,
Yes.
here's a different perspective, here's a way to look at it, here's what helped
Yeah.
us. I love that. And now when you're in the support group, yeah, I can imagine that some of the reasons that parents would not take that step to reach out and join a support group is, yes, the stigma that everyone else is leading this perfect life and they're the only ones. FYI, they're not. We're, most of us, if you have teenagers, you are going through something, and whether it's learning yourself how to parent just a little bit differently and guide your teen through those years. But I imagine that a lot of shame and guilt comes into that too. And can you speak to that? Because if I were to call and join a group, I would want to know that it remained, my conversations remain confidential. I think that would be really important, as a parent coming from a place of feeling shame and feeling, guilt that they did this, it's all their fault. And then they get into a group and to feel comfortable enough to open up. Can you speak to the confidentiality that you have within the group?
I'm really glad you brought that up, Jennifer, because that is what we call our code of confidentiality, our code of privacy, is really a cornerstone of Hope. In order to make progress, you do share deeply personal stories, sometimes embarrassing stories about the mistakes either that you've made, or not necessarily the mistakes you've made, but just the situation that you're in. And so we do take very seriously, we repeat at every meeting that confidentiality is at the core of what we do, and what goes on in the group is never shared outside. As well, when it comes to phone support, if you phone somebody to support them that week, one would never leave a message to say, I'm calling from Hope or the group, because sometimes families don't know that the parent is attending. So, I would just call and say, oh, hi, it's Leanne calling. Give me a call when you have a chance. So it's all very confidential. Yeah, because we have to trust each other,
Mhm.
uh, that we are going to be able to share these stories to make progress.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much, Leanne. I really appreciate you sharing with us what hope does, and I can't wait to see you grow. So, if someone was to want this kind of support outside of the Greater Toronto area, I know you have a process to go through, but there is that opportunity, right? If they did want to start something in their area, they could have a conversation with you about how that looks. Is that correct?
By all means, we have got materials in place to start a new group. So if that's something that someone outside of the GTA or in an area of the GTA we don't currently cover would like to have a discussion about, just as I say, go to the website www.hopeforparents, hope number 4 parents.ca, and one of our folks will get right back to you and we can have a discussion.
That
So
is
sorry, Jennifer. I was just going to say it's really, I'm really pleased to have this opportunity to share, because speaking personally, Hope changed my life. It really widened my life out. It changed our family life for the better. It changed my child's life for the better. Now my child actually helps promote Hope because it made such a difference in all of our lives. So it's a great place, and I really want to get the word out and get as many parents getting support as need.
that is so beautiful. And what a perfect name for your organization, Hope. Thank you so much, Leanne, for joining us. I'm going to make sure that you have the phone number and the website along with this video. And if you are in the Toronto area, please reach out to Hope. Thank you so much, Leanne. We'll
Thanks,
hope,
Jennifer.
we'll hope to see you again. I know you have a lot of great, great tips for us. So we'll hope to see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Leanne. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.